Marian from Urban Farmers. I am the Business Development Officer, and I'm here to tour you and tell you a little bit about our small group here at the BGC Community Farm. So actually, this farm in BGC started this year, March 2022, and it was actually formed and started by a team of volunteers and different partners, including East West Seed, including MVP, and especially, last but not the least, si Ayala Land in partnership with BGC. Pwede naman we can...
Tuloy lang.
Yeah.
I'll edit it na lang.
Okay, sure. So, siguro, just a little background, no? Actually, our organization has been around for 2 years now. It started in a small 530 square meter plot in Bel Air subdivision, where our farmer-in-chief actually asked one of the residents who owned that idle land if he could use that plot, because it was during the middle of the pandemic, right? And everybody, when they go out, even if you have money, you couldn't buy fresh vegetables or you couldn't go out. So initially, it was just his way of growing their own food at home, no? But at the same time, a lot of his stores were also closing because he's also a businessman. So his employees started working in that farm as well. But a lot of people inside the community got inspired, and because of that, it grew into a movement. I myself at the time was a volunteer who was living not in Manila but from Bulacan, and then I came all the way here because I got inspired by it. So we actually have a group of 4 volunteers. So if you want to join us, let us know as well. But first, I'll give you a short tour around the farm. So as I mentioned earlier, one of our main pillars is to help displaced workers and now marginalized workers. So workers normally who wouldn't be able to get opportunities or jobs outside, we teach them how to do urban farming, and that's how we want to help them. Next is we make use of different materials waste. So if you can see, we have actually requested for donations of recycled food materials, especially the pallets from different Home Depots. So we have different partners that are giving us these pallets that we use on the farm. You can also see we have different scrap materials, like for the art, we use the scrap metal and some bamboos.
Para maging trellis.
So, it's also part of our move to become really eco-friendly. So, we want to make sure that we give a new life to different material waste. So, of course, we do different events like this, like the Harvest Festival, to make sure that the community is really engaged. So, by tapping into the community where we are at, we get more people inspired to get into urban agriculture first, but eventually into commercial agriculture if they are interested. Because here in this area, you're not just tapping the urban residents. Some of them actually are thinking of retiring, starting their own farm. And of course, these people eventually are able to go into full-time farming. So here, if you can see, we have some lettuce, we have some arugula. These are different kinds of lettuce. Over there, you can see a lot of tomatoes. Those are actually from East West Seed. We also have some butternut squash over there. So those are called the Sophia variety. So they're the handheld ones that you can eat at home, especially if you're just an individual or if you're a very small family, no, like a family of 3. We also have some kangkong here.
Upland.
Yes. This is actually Chinese kangkong. We have more basil plants.
Basil.
Yes. We have some mizunam from Trinidad. Here we also have some gotokola. So this is actually edible. Although it looks like an ornamental. Yeah. Now we're also planting some flowers. So we also have some marigolds over here. So here in front, you can see the different vegetables for sale. These actually came from the partner farmers of East West Seed from the rural areas. So here with me is Farmer Randy.
Hello.
Say hi. So we have a stand here of different flowers. Actually, these vincas and torreñas, we just learned recently that they are edible pala, no? The flavor is quite mild and it's really good to put in salads. You can also put it in your drinks, no? So that's quite interesting for us as well. So most of the plants that we grow here on the farm are edible or used as herbs for cooking, no? Kasi we want to make sure that every space is really utilized. We also have some different items from partners, like the different black pots here. So we also source them from partners, even in the rural areas. This one is from one of our partner suppliers. On this side, we also try out different varieties or different plants. We have indigenous plants here, like the pako plant there, or fern, which can be eaten in salad or blanched. We also have, this way, Mayana. So this one also has herbal properties. Taligum over here. So some people, they don't really recognize this plant at all. They actually pull it out as weeds. But did you know that you can actually eat this? So if you see a plant that looks like this, don't uproot it. You can actually harvest the weeds here and cook them like vegetables. So you can put them in mongo, you can stir fry them, blanch them for salad. There are a lot of uses for this. Especially now, no, medyo mahal yung gulay. And here at the back, we have more mizuna. You can see over there, more mizuna, lettuce, and arugula. We also have some spring onions here on the side, and bunching onion. So we like to try different vegetables and different varieties on site, actually. And this helps us promote to people, know what they want to try growing and how they want to try growing them. If you notice, we grow everything in 1 square meter plots. So this is actually a very small size which can fit maybe your average balcony. You can even plant in half this size. So it encourages a lot of people to really start farming at home, start growing some of their own vegetables. But of course, at the end of the day, we really want people to appreciate the effort of our farmers. So by experiencing farming for themselves, like during the weekend workshops where we invite them to our Farming 101, we encourage them to learn about the specifics of farming, like what goes into the soil, how to transplant, and through these programs, they help develop a deeper appreciation for farming. So for that, you can just ask us how to sign up on our Facebook page, Urban Farmers page. Pwede tayo dito mag-play.
Ayan, so this is your germination room ba tawag doon, or what do you call it?
This is our propagation area.
Propagation area, yun.
Yes. So here we grow the different seedlings that we use on the farm. So we have different lettuce, or sometimes we have pechay, mustasa here. So the seedlings that we use for our projects outside, this is where we grow them most of the time.
So all of your seeds came from East-West?
Actually, no.
Mixed na?
Yeah, it's mixed because what we want to do is really give people options, and by having everybody display what they have, because each company has different strengths, diba? So each one specializes in pinakbet vegetables, so that's really what we promote here for them. Other companies would also have different varieties, like they're stronger in herbs or different corn varieties, lettuces. So that one would be what we promote from them.
So for example, your lettuces,
Yes.
saan galing ang mga seeds?
Yes, so yung lettuce namin actually comes from MKP or Grace Embellier. So initially, it was a donation basis just for us to test on site. And then when we found out that we could grow them more regularly, so the black rose, sunny rose, and greenspan varieties, and we started selling them. Now, we actually buy the seeds from them already.
So similar to East-West?
Yes.
Ganun din. Initially, they
Initially, for
donated?
East-West, they donate it. But right now, we aren't selling it with East-West. What we do is we promote them online because they have their seeds on Shopee and Lazada.
How about the flowers? Yung lalo yung mga edible, where do you get the
Actually,
seeds?
the edible flowers are from Southwest's sister company.
Which
So
is
it's called Farm Ready. Yes.
okay.
So Farm Ready also has different types of seedlings, vegetable seedlings. They specialize, I think, in grafted, but they also have some flowers.
So sa mga seeds, you have East West, you have the other what do you call what's the name?
MPT, Grace and Belier. We also have Ramgo on site.
Okay. Okay. So there's more than one seed provider.
Yes. Because if you have everybody working together, no, then you can get more people interested. Para siyang showroom for agriculture, no, here in the city.
So you have many partners
Yes,
aside from East West. You have
Yes, of
the other
course. So
seed providers.
We have agricultural and commercial partners as well, no? Some of our partners, like CW Home Depot, they donate the pallets that we use here. Si BGC naman, of course, they give us this land to use, no? In partnership with them. And then they also support us when we have big events like this. So they support us with the permits and all that.
They lend this to you until when?
Initially, the term was like for 2 years, but we launched late. But now, they told us that they're happy naman with the project so far. So, we hope that we can still stay here longer. But if ever, everything naman on site is movable. Since the setup is really for urban agri and should be applicable at home.
What if may magka-interested na magtayo rito ng building, di ba?
Actually, according to BGC rin, this lot is allocated for green space talaga. So it's supposed to become a park, but at the time, of course, they just didn't get the time to use it yet. And when the volunteer from Ayala came in and introduced us to them, and they said that, oh, you can use this land instead for farming, and we could do the same thing that we do in Bel Air. So na-inspired din siya dun sa Bel Air before.
So you have one at Bel Air.
Yes, that's the first site actually. So yun yung naghatak talaga nung first group of volunteers.
Pero at Bel Air, you have the same partners, di ba? Like East West?
Well, yes. Yung Bel Air actually is what pulled in the other partners, especially si East West before. That's why they were able to, they were convinced to donate the greenhouse to us, which was actually made out of a refurbished parking lot structure. So East West was also here with us from the start, back in Bel Air. They got inspired din from there.
How about this one? Yung mga pinaglalagay nyo ng mga seeds, pinagtataniman nyo. Are these donations as well?
Actually,
Seedling
some of
trays?
it we buy ourselves, some of them came from donations. So it's already a mix already.
Okay.
So our plan kasi here is to make it also self-sustaining, no? Because we know that we can't rely on donations forever. That's why we have different income-generating programs. Although we are registered as an NGO, especially based on our BIR documents din, no? So everything that we earn here through our income-generating programs goes back into the operations of the farm, so that we don't rely 100% on the donations. Of course, it has to run and it has to be self-sustaining as well. So that's why we have the Farming 101 workshops where people pay for the program. It's half a day, usually around 3 hours lang, and then it has this kit, farmer's hat, and a plant to take home. Then we also sell some items at the farm store with our partners. We also sell the seedlings, and then we do a lot here just to make sure that we're able to keep on our feet as well.
So would you say how many percentage ng donations and yung sarili yung budget?
Actually, at least 80% to 90% actually already came from our budget na. Because
Okay.
usually with donations, we ask in material form, not really in cash.
Okay. So, eto na yung
Ito yung aquaponics.
aquaponics to, di ba?
Yes,
Kasi there's anong mga fish dyan? Tilapia ba?
So, tilapia muna siya. Again, we're still learning how to manage it, no? But our volunteer, who's now one of our farmers, helped set up the unit din. So, he set up the filter outside of the tank. It's an additional, no? And he's still growing the biofilter here. He will talk about it more later. So, we have some tilapia growing inside the tank.
Pero wala nang katanim ngayon.
Right now, wala pa. We're trying to set up some grow beds pa lang, but we're seeing which plants will live. So, it's really a trial and error.
So, have you tried planting here already?
Yes. We have tried planting here before. We've had some lettuce and basils grow, but the problem was, it was out of balance with the fish naman. So, that's the challenge with aquaponics, where you have to manage course, these are two living things. So you have to manage the fish, then you also have to manage the plants.
So the fish came from where naman?
The fish was actually donated by BFAR naman. Yeah. So they gave us 2 bags of tilapia fingerlings to grow here.
Ito, meron din kayong tower.
Yes. Ito naman, the
Magneto sauce.
setup came from Kaneko. Was linked to us by MKP. No? They said that we can test the site here and then we can give them feedback if people would be interested in buying the unit. So right now, we're still in contact with the group that did this because honestly, no, for us, this was the easiest unit to maintain. One, because it doesn't need electricity, so eco-friendly siya. Hindi kailangan ng pump. You don't have to worry about the water circulating or if the pump is not strong enough. Inside, they have coco peat. So that's what distributes the water with nutrients. Now, just like all hydroponic setups, hindi talaga siya kaya ng purely organic. So we use a snap solution for this unit. So if you can see under here.
The snap solution that came from UP Los Baños.
Yes, yes. So the water with, after it gets drained na, no, this is the water with the snap solution. So we just put two new solutions every day. So one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Tapos throughout the day, once the water gets drained, we just put it up again. So that the nutrients get distributed evenly to the plants that are growing here.
Okay. Mami, yung ganyan setup, it was also donated, di ba?
Yes. So this one is actually donated by Pilnico, the fish feeds company.
Okay. So including
Before we started the launch. So actually, we have Farmer Chesco here. So later, he'll be talking about the hydroponics unit.
Ma'am, regarding the volunteers, kasi di ba meron kayong parang volunteer program?
Yes.
So, paano ang setup nito?
Well, right now, our volunteer program is still a lot of trial and error. No? So whatever the volunteers want to spend with us, if it's time, or if they want to donate, no, or if they want to just come by here and help out the farmers watering the plants, then we're open to that as well. So they can just message us on Facebook, again on Urban Farmers PH, through Messenger, to ask if we accept volunteers, and then we will be responding there.
So, from the word volunteer, it means wala siyang pay, di ba?
Yes, so whatever...
They just help.
Yes, whatever they can offer.
But do they have some benefits out from being volunteers? Ano ba benefits nila?
Actually, it depends volunteer to volunteer. No? If the volunteer is looking for experience, for example, we can involve them in our other activities, especially with our commercial partners, diba? Or if they want to learn about business, agribusiness, we also invite them over, no, to related activities so that they can learn. So that's one of the biggest things that we offer here is learning, no, either how to plant or learning to manage a social enterprise or run a social enterprise.
So, they help in the farm and then they get pre-training, parang ganon.
Yes, they can do that as well.
How
So
about-
right now, it's still coming together kasi the model in Bel Air is different from the one in BGC. That one kasi is really a very small community farm. So really, at the time when I came in, all of us just started to offer, okay, I specialize in this, in marketing, for example, or I specialize in sales. And then we contributed our efforts there. But we realized that BGC, no, is a much bigger community, it's a much bigger space. So right now, we're still discovering how to more effectively set up the program.
Okay. So sa Bel Air, you also have volunteers.
Yes.
Na,
So the initial group came from Bel Air. So that was also the group that brought it here to BGC alongside the partners and of course, no, yung farm team. Kasi
So-
there's still a core team.
so both the volunteers can work both at the BGC and the Bel Air area?
Right now, we're opening more the BGC area because this is the area that needs more help.
Okay.
Because Bel Air is already self-sustaining and running on its own.
So do they get benefits na meron silang discounted on the vegetables or may free?
Well, not yet discount on the vegetables. So, syempre from time to time, meron naman if may pruning, no, meron ding mga free na produce. Yeah.
Okay. How about any plans on expanding this what they call this called the program or outreach or what
This
is
organization, I guess, no, since we're an NGO. So, yeah, in the future, of course, we're always open to new opportunities. But we'll
other
try-
areas
Actually, we've been getting some questions if we can set up in their areas too. Right now, what we do accept is projects outside here where we set up, teach the community to run it on their own. And then after that, if they know how to run it already, we go back here. But of course, again, we're always open to new opportunities naman. We're just taking it one step at a time.
Tama yun. You have to train first the community
Yes.
para they can manage it on their
Tsaka we
own.
don't want to do this ng urban farmers PH lang. No? We want to encourage more people to do it, even outside of the organization. So, we are very happy with teaching people how to get started.
Basta there's an available lot na pwedeng yung gamitin, you can help them.
Yeah, we can help them with it. Siguro some of the concerns lang would be the distance and of course, no, if there's a cost in setting up. But we can always exchange notes naman.
So, meron bang required na do they have to pay you or something para
Well, if
to give
we
them
have to go
assistance?
outside, just to support then the salaries of the farmers and the operations, yes, there's a fee for that, no, for our consultancy services. But of course, we're free to exchange ideas with other people as well. So if those who are already running farms outside want to ask some questions, they can also do it there.
Pag mga ganun ba, may encourage nyo rin yung mga sponsors nyo or partners nyo to also donate on those areas?
Actually, that's what we're already trying to do, no? Like in Pasig. So we have some sponsors that we're asking if they could also contribute to that project. So again, it all relies on the intentions naman of the group. And of course, the capacity of the group.
You have one in Pasig? Where?
In the Rainforest Park, actually,
Rainforest,
yes, the project was funded by Rotaract of Santa Mesa.
Okay.
And they partnered with us, syempre for the technical knowledge and the setup on site. We just launched it actually December 6.
Santa Mesa pero in Pasig.
Yeah.
Parang-
naganap lang sila ng project where they can do it, no? And the LGU they were able to tap was Pasig. Kasi there are plenty of considerations which we give them feedback on din. So, first and foremost, you need the farmer champion, you need the team that will work on the farm for us to teach. And last but not the least, of course, you really need to be able to set it up first and set it up effectively.
So aside from Pasig, are there other areas na
That we're running. So, the ones that are open to public right now, Bel Air is by appointment, BGC is open to public. Pasig now just recently opened, so they're accepting volunteers there for planting of vegetables, no? Kasi we just set up the beds there, and we just started the planting on December 6. But privately, we haven't opened it yet. Projects in the works, we have a composting facility alongside EDSA. We hope to turn it into a learning center, of course, for people to learn about different ways of composting, not just vermicomposting, but the use of black soldier fly, and different methods as well. No? So we're still working with a partner on that one to set it up. So slowly but surely, we want to build on more areas.
alongside EDSA? Mahaba EDSA, ma'am? Saan sa
Yes,
EDSA?
katabi ng Nepac Mart.
Okay. So Quezon City na.
There are select stalls from Nepac Mart where we get the food waste, and then that's what we compost in that composting center. So right now, it's not yet open to public, but that's where we get some of our vermicast here in the farm store.
Ayun.